Live from PATV Studios, it's the Lyle Style Show. And now, the man with the most style, it's your host, Lyle Style.
Do you ever wonder why he chose now to reach out to you?
The man hasn't contacted me in 22 years.
Papa.
I'll be right back.
I don't need him, Rob. I have my family now. Surprise! I'm finally making something of myself, doing something with my life.
Do you ever dream about him?
Daddy has a gift for you.
For me?
Ven aquí, baby girl.
Oh, wow, my goodness. Welcome to a beautiful edition of the Lyle Style Show. I'm here now, and no one got hurt in that clip you just saw. I'm here with my beautiful guest. She's a talented actress out of California, LA. My goodness, she did a good job. She's in a movie called The 22 Years that's coming out, that's out right now. You can catch it on, I think, Amazon and Prime, and you know, it's a beautiful piece. So I want to introduce Noel to the show. Don, thank you for coming on the Lyle Style Show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh my God!
Yes, I'm excited to be here.
Oh man, that was a wonderful piece. Wonderful piece about now that show, that movie, you did 22 years. Tell us a little bit about that, because we saw a little trailer from it.
Sure. 22 Years is a short film, an award-winning short film that has multiple distribution deals all over the world, so you can definitely check it out on Amazon Prime, or you can see it on IndieFlix, you can see it on Shorts TV. So there's a number of online platforms that you can see it on, and it's about a woman who hasn't seen her biological father in 22 years. So I think it's definitely a story that anyone can relate to about love. And it has a very diverse cast and crew. And we've won tons and tons of awards and tons of, lots of film festivals. And so if you happen to be in the Los Angeles area, if anyone is listening from Los Angeles, excuse me, we have a couple film festivals coming up. Mm-hmm. The first one, because this short has been going in the film festivals for over 2 years. So it's like the short film that doesn't stop, and which is amazing. So in Los Angeles, one of the film festivals is the North Hollywood Sin Fest, which is going to be at the Laemmle Theater in North Hollywood. And that's going to be March 24th at 1 p.m. And then also, we'll be screening at the African American Marketplace, and that's on April 28th and April 29th. And if you go to either of these websites, you can get tickets, you can see, you can come and see it on a big, beautiful screen, or you can, like I said, watch it online on all these online platforms on your computer or TV. Mm-hmm. But it's a great film, so hopefully people can, and this is my second short film that I produced, and I star in it as an actress. My first short film is Shattered Pitch, and that has Chad Coleman from The Wire, The Walking Dead, and that also you can see on any of those online platforms.
Okay, now, because I was talking to the director, he was telling me that he did get a distribution deal with a pretty nice streaming company. I think we said, was it Amazon or Prime or some?
Yeah, we're going through Nandar Pictures.
Uh-huh.
So they placed us on Amazon Prime, and I'm sure they're going to place us on a bunch of different platforms. So yeah, and Fred and I, Fred Thomas Jr., who's the director of 22 Years, we're both from Philadelphia, mm-hmm. and he's super talented. So I read a couple of his other films, which are feature films, and now I'm producing 4 feature films, which is next on my plate.
4 feature films? 4.
4, yeah. Yeah, and 2 of them will be Fred's films. One of them is a thriller, and that script is already written, mm-hmm. and we already have distribution again with Nandar Pictures, who I met at the American Film Festival, American Film Market, AFM, this past year. And so we're just trying to get some financing together for that film, and that's about sex trafficking. And it's an awesome script. It's something that is very relevant and needs to be told.
Oh, yeah, it's heavy. That's a heavy thing.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other feature film that we're working on, the script is in the process of being written as we speak, is a biopic on Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Ooh.
And, you know, they're going to be super exciting.
Hey, you know what? Now, when you cast that, and I got the perfect person to do the lead in that right there. The perfect person. You know, when you,
Who's that?
Oh my God! You know, you look, young lady, come on now. You're talking to him right now. You're talking to him. I got a voice. You're talking to him. I mean, I got to get together with you. My producer, get together with your producer. Oh, hey, when you do that movie, I'm definitely there to see that. I'm definitely there to see that one.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's the very beginning stages of it. So, like I said, we're just in the process of writing the script. We haven't done any casting or anything. But, you know, it's a lot of research. And Harold Melvin's son, who is Jay Melvin, is one of my best friends. We went to high school together. So we have a great team of everybody on board with this project. We're all from Philadelphia. We've all known each other for years. So we have a nice connection. And a beautiful, trusting team together to tell a very organic, truthful story about Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
Oh, wow, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got a bunch of other things on my plate. So just hustling, working hard, and keeping the dream alive.
Oh, definitely.
Still working as an actress here and there. So,
oh, yeah, you're doing real good. You're a star. Now, I mean, just to tell us a little bit about really how basically how you got started in doing acting. What drove you to do that particular field?
Well, I've been in the arts my whole life since I was 3 years old. I went to the High School for Creative and Performing Arts in Philadelphia, the same school that Boys and Men went to. And then I went and got a BFA at the University of the Arts. And I started out as a dancer. So I danced most of my life. I had a very successful career as a dancer. But, you know, I danced in modern. I started classically trained. You know, I started with the Metropolitan Opera and the New York City Opera and, you know, modern dance companies, ballet companies. And then I transitioned into doing Broadway. And then I did In the Heights and Lion King and Fame. And then I started touring with musical artists such as Madonna and J-Lo. And then I always knew that at some point I was going to move to Los Angeles. And I always knew that you know, a dancer can't dance forever, and I still wanted to continue to stay in the arts and express myself as an artist. So I knew that I was going to transition to acting at some point. I mean, I did a lot of commercials and print work and modeling when I was a kid, but, you know, to really take it serious, so I started building my independent film credits as an actress, you know, while I was still dancing. So I was, like, doing two jobs at the same time. So that when I was ready to make that transition and move to Los Angeles, I already had my acting reel together and, you know, part of, you know, a resume already built so that it would make the transition easier. And honestly, what I found is, you know, moving to a new city from the East Coast, from Philadelphia, and moving from New York, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. You know, I thought I would, you know, just jump right into the acting scene. But it's a little different here. People get jobs and work on TV that may not be the most talented, but, you know, maybe they have a strong social media following, or maybe they know somebody, or they're kids of this producer or something. And so I got a little frustrated kind of waiting around for acting jobs to come to me. And, you know, I'm just waiting for these auditions. So I started to kind of take my life and my career into my own hands and say, you know what, I'm going to start producing my own work, and I'll put myself in them. And I'm actually really good at producing. I love it. I'm really organized. I love putting a great team together and casting and finding great stories to tell that need to be told. So 6 years ago, I started producing short films, and now I'm in a place where I'm ready to produce feature films, and I took on 4 all at once.
Wow, 4. But you know what? Now that's a wonderful girl. You're talented. You multitask. But whatever you do, now, I got a pitch for you. You ever do a good bio story? A good. I'm gonna throw this word that's out to you. You know, down the line, rag to riches. The bio of Lyle Style, how you start from rag to riches until from rags from public access to mainstream. So one of these days, that's going to be a good bio story down the line when you, and I want you to produce that, young lady. I want you to produce that bio right there. But I want to also mention that I saw you on TV, and you was in an episode of NCIS LA. You was a police officer.
Yeah, I've been on NCIS probably at least about 3 times. You know, they were small roles, but they always hire. You know, I've always been on there as a police officer. Yeah, they've been smaller roles on that show. Yeah, and that was pretty fun. I think one of the episodes I was with LL Cool J.
Oh, you was,
which was nice. I had a scene with him. Yeah.
Oh wow! I said, wait a minute, that's Don. I was waving to the TV. I said, hey Don, what's going on? Oh wow! I mean, it's a wonderful thing that you. Now, do you ever see yourself on? You ever look at yourself when you do a project? Look at yourself when it's finished and see you on the big screen or on television or whatever. Do you ever look at yourself and recruit? Look at yourself and look and say, hey, I could have done that better, and when you see yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Sure. I mean, I look back at the stuff I did 10, 15 years ago, and I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible. You know, because we're always growing as human beings, and we're always growing as artists, and we're constantly learning. So I look at it, I try not to judge myself and criticize myself too much. That's just where I was. You know, that's the place that I was in at the time, but I definitely learned from it. Okay, maybe I should never do that again. Or, you know, hey, maybe, you know, but no, I'm not too bad at it. I definitely try and learn from the process of looking back at work that I've done.
Oh, wow, yeah, you definitely, you know, but when you have a time, but see, you said you caught the bug a long time ago, and you know, I think I'm gonna predict that one day you're gonna hit the big screen, and you might just get you a SAG award one day. I see you up there on the platform getting one of those awards, you know, because I saw that you really have a broad range of acting skills, and I saw your reel, and you just cover different scenes, and you do them so well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you really do.
You know, one day at a time. As long as I go to sleep and I'm happy and I feel like I did my best every single day, that's all I can ask for, you know? So.
Okay, man, let me ask you a question. What do you like better doing the dancing or the acting?
I'm sorry, what was the question? What was the question?
Which do you like better? You like doing your dancing, like on Broadway, or the modern dance, or dancing on tour with artists, or you like the acting, or producing?
Well, I mean, at this point, I've let my dance career go, and I'm okay letting it go. I'm not really dancing anymore. I can still dance if I wanted to, but I've really just dove into the whole acting and producing world. You know what I mean? It was just time for a change, and you know, I like to challenge myself.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like I've completed everything that I kind of wanted to do as a dancer. So I'm okay letting that go.
All right. Now this is kind of a serious type of question, because you know what's going on in the entertainment field with the Me Too movement going on, and you know, that type of thing. Did you see yourself a change since all this stuff has been coming out and out the woodwork, and the movement is really getting really big, getting volume? Have you seen a change in the entertainment world? I mean, like for women or just for minorities in general?
Well, I think the first step is bringing awareness to the problems, which is happening, so that's great. I don't work for big companies like Paramount or Sony, so I've never experienced something like that. Most of the films that I do or that I'm working on are independent films, so I'm basically my own boss.
Good.
And, you know, I end up being the boss. And I most likely work with people that I get along with, which is very important. I've learned that even when you work with friends that you may get along with as friends, when it comes to work, it's very different. So you have to have you have to set boundaries with work and friends that you work with. But, so I've never really experienced that. I hope that, you know, change is being made. And you know what? Part of me doesn't even get into all this social media stuff about stuff like that, because I would never let someone disrespect me, and I would never take a job or, you know, for a bribe or anything like that. Like, I wish somebody would try and disrespect me in some sort of manner. I would walk away. I have too much, it's not pride. I just have too much love and respect for myself that I don't need anyone to treat me that sort of way. You know, I would just walk away.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because look, you come from the East Coast. You come from Philadelphia. And y'all from out there in Philadelphia, y'all don't play out there. Y'all do not play. Yeah, you know, you're going to shoot. You got to be tough out where you came from. So I understand exactly what you're talking about, you know. And and coming back now, and because one show that I really love, I think it came out of Philadelphia or Boston or Baltimore, was The Wire.
Oh yeah, but The Wire is from Baltimore. And my really good friend Chad Coleman was on that show, and he's in my first short film, Shattered Pitch. Yeah, that's from Baltimore.
Baltimore. Okay, The Wire. I mean, I love that show. The Wire is a groundbreaking type of show, really, when it first came out and stuff, you know. So, but you know, I mean, I would say kudos to you with what you're doing, you know, and in producing. Because definitely we need more female producers out there, and you're doing your independent films are getting more recognized than ever before.
That's true. That is true. Probably, you know, because when you're that creative or you're working with a writer or director that has a very specific vision, if you bring it to the big studios, they're going to want to take a lot more control of it, and we want to keep the artistic integrity of what we're telling. You know, sometimes it's harder to find financing that way, but at least we stay true to our vision of what the story is about and who we see playing the roles, and, you know, keeping the story the way it is. You know, when you go to these big studios, they want to change stuff, and they want to have a lot of control. So, you know, you can still make a very beautiful film. It doesn't have to be a huge blockbuster, but it can definitely still change lives.
Oh yeah,
you know, and make a difference and make an impact.
Oh, right, because the Oscars proved that Sunday night. A lot of these films, independent films, kind of got nominated, you know, in different categories and stuff, you know. So I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing, and you know, hey, if you do another good film, you know, movie, kind of, I think that maybe you should put a part for talk show host. I can see it already. I can see it already. I can vision it happening already.
For sure.
But you know, I mean, again, what would you tell young aspiring people out there that's maybe watch the show, maybe watch my show, and hear what you're going to see, hear what you're doing, and say that, wow, could I do that? What would you tell them how to break that, you know, that mold, you know, to get into that entertainment?
Well, I would say never accept the word no. You know, there's plenty of people that have said no to me in my life, and I'm like, okay, well then I'll just do it my way, or I'll just do it another way. But if it's something that somebody's really passionate about, they should figure out a way to do it. I definitely believe in doing your research and studying the craft that you're getting yourself entangled in, you know, that you're going after. I meet plenty of people like, oh, I want to be an actor. And I'm like, okay, have you taken classes? Have you studied Shakespeare? Have you studied all the people that have come before you that, have paved the way? So, studying the craft is really important. As a dancer, I've danced my whole life. I know every single style and every single dancer and choreographer that ever walked the earth. Especially getting a bachelor's degree. And I'm not saying you have to go to college for something, but, we have access to the internet. But, surround yourself constantly around, directors or producers or filmmakers. Do internships. Don't be afraid to work for free, because you probably will learn a lot. I've worked for free many a times as a dancer, as an actor, as a producer, and that's when I've, learned the most. It's just putting yourself, you're going to have to surround yourself, and you have to eat, breathe, sleep, drink the arts. It's not a fancy lifestyle. There's maybe 5% of artists that are in a fancy lifestyle and that are quote unquote successful. But success is what you wake up and go to sleep at night feeling good about yourself. Because not everybody is going to be in that 5%. So what can you do to make a difference, even if it's a short film, and, if you go do a play, or, so, there's a difference between being an artist and being famous. I don't really have a desire to be famous. I just want to do what I love and be able to pay my bills and live comfortably and give back, so I think, if you have a dream, follow it. If that's really your dream. But if you're going after something just to be famous or make a lot of money, I'd say then, go to school to be a doctor or a lawyer or something else. Because it's a lot of hard work. Oh yeah. And it's passion,
You gotta love what you're doing in entertainment. So you gotta love it. Whether if you're doing Broadway, dancing Broadway, or doing your dancing or whatever, or doing producing people, producing a movie, or you actually acting and doing a movie, that type of thing. You have to have passion to write, and sometimes it's a job where you may not get recognized, but you got to, like I said, enjoy what you're doing, whatever it is. Yeah. I totally agree with that. But you now, along your career, I know you probably met some different people in the entertainment business. And what's the you could say a show or movie that you did that actor that you really enjoy working with, female or male, that you really enjoy working with?
So as a dancer, I really loved working with Madonna. I was with her for 8 months. We toured all over the world, and that was a reinvention tour. And wow, what an amazing experience. I would never have gotten a chance to go to so many places and, get on chartered flights and stay in 5-star hotels and, and perform in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So that was an awesome experience, and she's just a boss, and I really respect her, just because she's been around for so long, and, she knows all the ins and outs, and she's very professional when it comes to rehearsal, and she knows exactly what she wants, and so, that was a really amazing, an amazing experience. As far as acting, I love working with Fred. I knew as soon as I met him, we already had that Philly connection. We actually grew up like 10 blocks from each other. He went to high school with my brother, but we didn't meet until we got to LA, and we had tons and tons of mutual friends. So I really enjoy working with him. He's kind of like a big brother to me in a way.
Okay.
And we do respect each other professionally and as friends. Like, I can definitely call him up and, ask for his advice on anything. But he's very professional, and he's super talented. And I kind of want to show the world how talented this guy is. That's how much I believe in him.
Wow.
And I don't think he's gotten recognized. I don't think either of us have been recognized and seen for our talent just yet. But I have the will and the determination to do that.
Oh,
for
you
both
will.
of us.
Oh, you will. You will. It'll happen. Both of y'all.
Yeah.
He's a good. I was talking to him. Matter of fact, I'll have him on my show pretty soon, and I can't wait to talk to him about his directing and stuff like that. He speaks highly of you, and so thank you.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it really does. He speaks highly of you. Thank you for allowing me to meet him. But we got about 3 minutes left of the show. But I mean, you are an amazing person. I want to tell you that from my heart. You're an amazing person. I've seen some of your reels, seen some of your work, and you just are dynamo. You have different range in acting, and I look forward to see you on the main screen one day, and at the movies, going to movies, say, wow. You know what? She was on my show. They probably say, no, she wasn't. Yes, she was. Long, but I can't wait to say that. And you're going to do some great things. I think that you have a long career ahead of you. And, I wish you so much blessing in your life. And just keep doing what you're doing because you're talented.
Thank you. And sometimes I need to hear that, too. So I appreciate it. Sometimes I need words of encouragement, like, keep doing what you're doing, Dawn, and, when people believe in me, that means a lot, it does, because,
I believe in you.
People get wrapped up into the wrong things around here in Hollywood.
Yes,
but,
yes. You definitely, but you know what? You're a strong woman, you're a beautiful woman, you're a strong woman, and I know God got your back, and I know that anytime you're welcome back on the Lyle Style Show, to talk about your, especially when you have your different movies you produced this year out, I want you to come back on and, kind of talk about those movies that you got out, that's out there, ones that you got producing. You got 4 coming out that you're working on. So I can't wait till you come back on the show and talk about those.
Sure, anytime.
Anytime, girl. And, one of these days we're going to be face to face. And, and hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be in a different direction with my show, and I can see you sitting down in the studio with me and interviewing you, you and the director. So I am so pleasured, and I'm so blessed to have you take the time to come on the show. So
of course. And, you can, if anybody that's listening, you guys can follow me. My website is www.dawn-noel.com. That's DAWN-NOEL.com. And people can follow me, just to get updates on social media under Dawn Noel, or even 22 years. If anybody wants to see what's happening, or the next screenings or film festivals, please feel free to follow and share.
Okay, well, I'll be sharing, I'll be following too.
Support independent film.
Yes, I'm definitely a supporter. So, hey, Don, I want to say thank you for being on the show and being my guest on the show. And I want you to come back on the show again, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, Don, and I appreciate it. So, God bless you. We will talk later.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Take care.
Okay. Have a good day.
Yep. Same. Yep, bye-bye. That was Dawn Noel, actress, talented person. She's going to be doing great things. So I want to watch for her. Her movie's going to be getting hit really, really big. So I want to take anybody have a dream. Follow your dreams. Follow your passion. Don't give up like she's doing. Don't give up on your dreams, on your passion. I won't give up mine, so you won't give up on yours. So with that note, I'm going to say, hey, Denzel, man, I'm sorry again, man, for not having you on the show, man. I'm going to get you on the show next, on the Lyle Style Show. Next time, man, you're going to come on here, and we're going to sit down and talk man to man. So Denzel, hey, man, hey, I care about you. Thank you, great. So with all that said, I want everybody to remember to keep it classy. Always keep it classy. Right here on the Lyle Style Show. And I'll see you next time. I'm out of here.